Leo, what's up, Leo? It's your girl D with 8th house energy. I'm here to bring you a video on Pluto in retrograde and how that's going to affect you specifically. Pluto is a planet of subconscious energy. It's like an impulsive force that comes about and it makes changes whether you want them or not. The easiest way to explain Pluto so that you understand is we've all had experiences that we've been through that have hurt us emotionally in some way, shape, or form. Okay? What happens is we get over, or we think we get over those things and we just move on with life. Well, if we haven't processed it properly, where we've learned from it and won't make the same mistakes again, whatever part we played in it, or have not learned any lessons from that situation, what Pluto is going to do is it's going to bring it back up to us. Okay, because what we did was we took that information, we stored it in the subconscious, and we just moved on. All right, so where Pluto is going to be in retrograde for you, Leo, is in the house of Taurus. And this is going to be in the house of self-value, self-worth, how you make your money, how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem. Okay, so what's going to happen is there could have been something that occurred to you that offended you in some way, hurt your self-esteem in some way, made you feel some way about yourself, whether it was how you were raised when you were a child, and it can go deep with that, because when we talk about the second house, we do talk about in some instances hereditary. What's hereditary? Meaning your self-esteem, as far as how it's developed, it begins as young as like a 2-year-old. Okay, when you cry and someone doesn't come to you, that affects your self-esteem. If you have 2 children and 2 parents, right? And one child with their parent, the child cries, the parent goes to this child right away whenever this child starts crying. The other parent, the child will start crying and the parent would just be like, whatever, I'll get to you when I get to you. What happens is that starts with your self-esteem as early as then, as far as how it affects you. So now what this child understands is when I speak up, someone is going to listen to me. When this child on this end thinks, okay, well, when I speak up, someone may come, someone may not. All right. So what that does is that makes that child feel like, okay, well, even if I speak up, someone won't come. Or even if I speak up, someone won't do anything about it. Where this child has developed a healthy level of self-esteem where they know that when they speak up, they're expecting someone to listen to what they have to say. They know that, look, I'm important because when I speak, people listen. This child over here is like, okay, when I speak, nobody really listens. All right, that's just a real simple, like, very basic way of explaining how self-esteem develops. And it develops as early as in that stage of life. Okay, so Pluto is going to be in the house of self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. It's also going to be in the house of how you make money. So what Pluto does is, in some way, shape, or form, within that house, okay, of self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, and making money, some of you have been in situations where your self-esteem or self-value was stifled in some way, shape, or form. And so as a result, you grow up as an adult with that energy as well. So some of you, long story short, as an adult, if your self-esteem, if you were this baby over here where, when you cried, your parents didn't come to you, or they let you cry all night before they come change your diaper, and you wake up the next morning and you still wet and you still hollering, and your parents still don't come till later or what have you, that helps you to develop a low self-esteem. And that may make you feel like after a while, it's just like, what's the sense of even saying anything when no one's going to respond to me? Or if I do say something, they'll respond to me all harshly and nasty. So what that does is that tells you subconsciously that your opinion and your view doesn't matter. And opposed to this person now, they're all grown up and they realize that, okay, if something's wrong, I need to speak up, because that's the way that it's going to get resolved, is if I speak up, right? So we're going to look at what happened and get some general understanding of how Pluto is going to bring these situations back up to you, because Pluto wants you to deal with it. It's like you buried these things in your closet, whether you realize it or not, subconsciously, okay? And Pluto is going to bring it back to your attention. Okay, because Pluto wants to know if you've learned from this. See, that type of energy we stuff in our subconscious closet and we just keep moving through life anyway. But what happens with Pluto is when too much shit is in your closet that's going to help you, that's going to actually stifle your growth. Like something like this would stifle your growth in life. All right. Pluto is going to bring it and put it in front of you so that you address it and you deal with it, because it's going to help you to grow in that area of life, in the area of self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. And as a result, this is going to put you in a position where you will be able to better go out into the world and present yourself in the world in a better way, where you are able to command the money that you deserve, because the house of money and material values and possessions is also where Pluto is going to be. This is all in one house. All right. So hopefully I explained that as clearly as possible. But as we go on through the reading, I'll get into it. So we have Emperor in reverse as the overall energy. This is Aries energy, and this is in reverse. This could represent someone who's very immature. This could represent someone who has a big ego, a nasty ego. This could represent someone who poor financially with money, with planning. Okay, financially, this could be a business owner who, is not doing well in business because maybe they don't plan appropriately or they're doing something illegal to get money. But we'll see how this relates here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles clarified with the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Nine of Swords reverse clarified with the Five of Cups reverse. We have the Three of Swords reverse clarified with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's see here. So with the Nine of Pentacles, this is Virgo energy here. It clarified with the Eight of Swords reverse. So somebody, when it comes to getting money, you may be having a difficult time getting money because of what's going on with COVID-19. It could be just in general. Some people may have had issues with getting money before this whole COVID-19 thing happened. It's just money's coming in very slow. Okay, and for some of you, it's because you're business owners. Your money's coming in really slow, or you could have come from an environment where you were wealthy, and now you have the money, and you may have lost it somehow. Something could have happened. You could have lost money, and now you're trying to get the money back in. With the Eight of Swords in reverse here, it's like you realize, okay, I need to take my time, and I may need to focus on something that is going to be slow and steady growth, which makes sense. So some of you may be considering investing. Okay, because you may have had some issues with money. And so you got clarity on that. You realize that now. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse clarified with the Five of Cups in reverse. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse talks about being in a position where you're no longer stressed out. You're no longer something that's constantly on your mind stressing you. The swords represent thoughts, ideas, logic. And so you could have been really in your head about a situation. And we have that clarified with the Five of Cups reverse. There could have been a situation that went on. Now you have a different outlook on things, okay? You could have been stressing about money, okay? Because you could have had a business where you were stressing about money, all right? And you realize with clarity now with the Eight of Swords reverse that you have to start over from scratch. You were stressed out about it, but you have a whole different outlook now, and you realize that this is what you need to do. You just need to start over from scratch. It's going to take you some time to build things up, but this is what you have to do. So some of you could be going back to school now. Some of you could be investing in stocks and bonds or whatever type of market that you're into, speculative markets, because again, you are Leo itself, and you rule the house of speculative markets, the stock market, gambling, things like that, where you have to speculate if you're going to win or if you're going to get something. So that could be what happened here. Somebody could have gambled the money away. They could have invested in something and lost money with the COVID-19. Stocks could have dropped. Okay, so this could be where you are right now. We have the Three of Swords in reverse clarified with the Nine of Pentacles. The Three of Swords in reverse talks to me about recovery of some sort. This could be recovery in reference to heartbreak, about a situation that occurred that was something that really hurt you. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles talks about being financially independent. So this could be a situation where there was a marriage here. Okay. Perhaps there's a divorce going on, because the Emperor and okay, speaking of which, look at the card that comes right underneath it. Emperor, the Hierophant in reverse. So some of you right now are, when you were married, you and your person were financially stable. You were good to go. Some of you are going through a divorce right now, okay, with the Hierophant in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. Now, what's happening is, because of this divorce, your financial situation has changed drastically. A lot of you had lost money when you filed for divorce. You may have had assets. You may have had businesses with your person. What's going on right now is that as a result, you may have had to sell businesses. You may have had to sell assets. You may have had to split things down the middle, or, have whatever percentage. But the financial situation for you right now is no longer on and popping the way it was when you were married. So you're realizing that now. Okay, you're realizing that now, and these cards are telling me that, you realize you're just going to have to take things slow to gain your momentum financially so that you can get yourself back on track here. So with that particular spread, that was about the money. Okay, it could also be about your self-esteem and self-worth as well, because for some of you, when you were with this person and the wealth that you accumulated, it boosted your self-esteem. And so some of you may not be feeling as, as good about yourself now because of what could have happened as far as why you got divorced. And also your financial situation has taken a toll as well. So that could, that could hit your self-esteem pretty hard. Okay. So let's see what else we got here for you guys here, because I'm going to do another spread and then we're going to go to the extended and clarify some things. Okay, that wanted to come out again. So what we got here is overall energy for this spread is the Ten of Swords energy. Ten of Swords energy, this is Gemini energy. This is energy of someone feeling as if they've been betrayed. You see the swords here. Okay, this is somebody who's, they could have been betrayed, they feel, or this could be to the point where someone has just had enough of you guys. There could be numerous situations. These swords could represent different situations where you and your partner, it's just been a struggle of you getting on the same page. You guys are just not on the same page logically as far as your thoughts and how you look at things and how you view things. And so as a result, it has taken a toll. And as a result, you guys have gotten a divorce, or you're about to split up, or about to get a divorce. If you're not married, you're about to separate. The challenge here, the current energy is the Three of Swords. So this is telling me there was a third-party situation, or there were people in your business, in your relationship. This Three of Swords showed up twice since we started the video here. So there's somebody else in your partnership that's causing the problem here. Okay, the challenge is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is telling me that somebody is in this for self-serving reasons. There was there's interference, and the challenge is the interference is causing someone to be self-centered, or the result of this Three of Swords energy is the fact that someone is only thinking about themselves. Okay, it could be financially, just thinking about what they can get financially out of the situation. Now that there was a third party situation that occurred, or there was some interference in the marriage that got to the point where it's too much interference, we have to split up now. Okay, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your higher self are wanting you to take a look at this Wheel of Fortune in reverse energy. Okay, now Wheel of Fortune is Jupiterian energy. Jupiter's going in retrograde. I'll do a spread on how that's going to affect you as well, because it's going to affect you in the same house. So with Jupiter in retrograde here, this is going to make you look and say, okay, well, what's important to me? Was this really worth it? Was letting this interference into my relationship worth it? Or was it me being self-centered and thinking about myself only being worth it? Now, this could be you, Taurus, or it could be the person you're dealing with. If there was a third party, as in there was adultery, then that would represent this Taurus individual could be the person who's the third party as well. So put yourself in the position as need be. This is a general read. Now, where your head is at is the Five of Pentacles in reverse here. So with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this could talk about the fact that you may, because we got Pentacles here. This could talk about the fact that you are trying to recover as much money as possible. These four cards here talking about money. And they're all in reverse. So there's definitely a loss of money here because of this third party interference into the relationship or into the marriage. Okay. So this could be someone thinking about, okay, how can I get my money right? How can I get my money back together again? And in the last spread, we had the Knight of Pentacles, which talked about it's going to take you some time to get your money right in order. So some of you, you may be investing, which you have to take time to make your money grow. Or you may be going to school, or you may be looking for jobs. Whatever it is, it's something that's going to take you a while to build back up to where you were comfortable. Okay, this could also represent someone was not well. Okay, the Three of Swords could represent some type of surgical procedure. All right, we got the Ten of Swords here as an overall energy. So someone could have been, some of you could be in a situation where you had a surgical procedure, and as a result of that surgical procedure, you're healing now. In the last spread, we showed the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Swords in reverse, which meant you were healing, and it was going to take you time to get yourself back on track. Well, here, you may have had to have the surgery, and now you're on your way to getting better, but as a result, you had other people in your affairs, and it caused some type of commotion here. The outcome here is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this is telling me, for some of you, there's definitely a third party involved, but we need to find out if this third party is a party in reference to an adultery being committed, or if this is family and friends in the business, or if this is work, too much work in the business, or what is it that this person is doing that interfered into the relationship. Some of you, it was something that you were doing that was healthy. That wasn't healthy. Okay, physically, it wasn't healthy. So what we're going to do in the extended is we're going to find out exactly what that is. Whether this was a relationship where someone was messing around on someone and someone had an STD. Whether this was a situation where there were health issues outside of the what we just talked about. There could have been, someone having some health issues, had to have surgery, and as a result, their partner just got on some other shit and tried to take the money. But there's something here. And we need to find out what it is because we got the threes twice here, okay? So there's some other party interfering and causing issues with your money, okay? And this could also be affecting your self-value and your self-worth. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the extended and find out what that is. Now, I need to let you know before we go to the extended, Pluto is going to be in retrograde I think it was April 25th or April 20 something. But it's going to be in retrograde all summer. So if you're not dealing with this type of situation now, Leo, you could very well deal with this later on. If this resonates, you definitely want to check out the extended. The link is going to be in the box below. The extended is $5 a month. Okay, so you can check out the video. You can check out all the other information that's posted there as well. But this is the area that Pluto is going to affect you in. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be prepared for that, because what Pluto's going to do is it's going to open up that closet, pull out that energy that was stuffed in the closet and say, okay, shake it out and put it in the mirror and say, okay, we need to deal with this. All right. So you want to be prepared so that okay, at least I know this is coming. This is the whole purpose of watching tarot. And this was the whole purpose of me doing these videos for you, because Pluto is a beast. Okay. Again, Pluto deals with the shit that hurts. That you try to just move on from and you don't deal with it and process it properly and you throw it in your closet. Well, Pluto comes and empties out the closet. When Pluto goes in retrograde, it empties out the closet. And so for you, it's emptying out the closet of your self-worth, your self-value, and your money. Okay? And it happens to do with your relationship, which is what's going on with this. And so Pluto is putting this in your face and saying, you have got to deal with this. Have you learned from the situation? If you have not, then, Pluto can be a beast. All right? But at least if you know Pluto is coming, you have some idea of what areas this could affect you in. You can sit back and say, okay, yeah, the situation resonates with me. What do I need to do? How do I need to deal with this? I guess I need to sit down and figure this out so that I can get over this shit and move on, and it won't affect my self-esteem, nor will it affect my money moving forward. Okay? So with that being said, let's see what these cards say, and then we're going to go to the extended here. So we have the Ten of Swords energy here. Okay, like I said, this could represent that someone was not well, someone was ill. This could represent betrayal with the Three of Swords energy here, as well as the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Some betrayal in some sort of way, by way of a third party, by way of adultery. Or just, family members, corrupt family members, or people in the business. Could be a child of yours trying to get your money. We have the Hangman in reversed here. We have the Magician in reverse. So definitely someone is ready to act because someone had ill intentions towards someone. Someone is protecting their money with the Four of Pentacles. And then we have the Hermit. Someone is isolating themselves from people. So yeah, we definitely need to get into this and find out what's going on here. So feel free to join me. The link is in the box below. But if this was enough for you, where okay, I know what's going to affect me, how Pluto's going to affect me now, and you don't want to see the extended, that's fine. I'm just hoping that this helps you in some way to get you prepared for this energy if you're not already dealing with it. All right? I love you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace out.